All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today, I have a little bit of a different video for you guys. As you can see from the title, not only is this going to be a self-VOD of a game I have recently played, but it is also a game where towards the end of it, I get a 1-minute Kitsune rush charge, which is absolutely, I think it's insanely quick Kitsune, and getting it that quickly, especially in the context that you'll see later on. I don't want to spoil too much, but especially in the context of me getting it that quick, it really was a big fight changer and influenced the fight a lot. And I just think it's crazy that I was able to charge it essentially in 60 seconds, maybe like a little bit over. But we're going to start, we're going to start right at the beginning. So as you can see, this is Rialto, and I will of course be playing, you can call it no TP. I like to consider her my main. I'll be playing Kiriko. I have the new sophomore Screwgirl skin because, I don't know, that's the random skin I picked for the day. But today, I want to go through a VODing method that my friends Karsu and Eric taught me. And that's the VODing method of what decisions am I making throughout the game. So, as you're playing Overwatch, you come across a lot of stages where you have a multitude of decisions of how you want to position your character. And they took me through, this is a while back, they took me through how to VOD myself in that way. And that is what I want to show for you guys today. So right out of the gate, I've already made a decision. And that decision is standing on this far left side. So there's really three main decisions you can make. They have some smaller little minor decisions in the middle, but there's three big decisions you can make. And that is going right, middle, or left. Now, I used to go right all of the time. High plat, low diamond, I loved going to this right side, super aggressive, able to play this angle really early, and especially in those plat lobbies, in those low diamond lobbies, you will find an Ashe, a hit scan, even an Ana maybe, sitting right here that you can put some headshots into, get a kill or pressure her off the angle, pressure to force a cooldown, force her all the way back to behind that cover. But as you rank up and get higher, that does not work as often. As you can see, not only is essentially nobody here, the only person that's here is a diva who would just run me down and insta-kill me. So I have strayed away from using this bridge, early game at least, like right out of the gate. I've strayed away from using that bridge. Now, the second option would be to use this middle door, I guess technically any of these high ground doors. I don't know why you would, that would just be slower. And walk down main. Now this is better in my opinion. What it does is it allows you to put some shots onto any hit scan that might be sitting on top of this Grand Hotel La Serenissima. As you see, their Mercy Pocket So just sitting right there. I might be able to get some shots off. Of course, I'll be following my tank, so I can use whatever cover the Sig Shield provides, or whatever tank I'll be playing with that match. And of course, you obviously have the payload for cover as well. So you have a good amount of options for cover. You can see at least one person on the other team, and you can see your tank. That's really all this provides. A lot of downsides. The first downside being the one player on the other team you can see is a Mercy Pocket hit scan. And of course, it's not going to be a Mercy Pocket hit scan all the time, but it usually will be a hit scan or a projectile character that can do a lot more damage than me on a Kiriko can do. So not really who you want to be peeking, especially early on and just as the game is starting. Also, you can't see anybody that actually matters. You can't see the back line, and you really can't see the tank unless they push up and hold this corner. So that is why, in 100%, I'm not even going to say 99%, right now in 100% of my Rialto games, I take this left side, and I take this really early rotate, and wrap all the way around here, which we'll see in a second. The one downside is I can't put any early heals on my Sig, or my tank, I guess I should say. But, I mean, my Sig will take minimal damage from their one player shooting them. Not only does he have a shield, he has a Mercy. Excuse me. He has a Mercy as well to heal him. So, the 5 to 7 seconds that I'm not looking over him really doesn't matter. And as you'll see, this is just an amazing spot to be in, because look at this sightline. let me actually skip forward a little bit. Let me skip 5 seconds here.
Attackers
So this is what it looks like right before the round is starting. I don't know where their diva went. Where? I only count 4 players. Am I crazy? Where is their diva? What? Wait, wait, what? Where did their diva go?
Ready for battle.
Has...
Ready for battle.
Oh, she literally just disappeared off my screen. Oh, my game glitched.
4, 3,
Okay, yeah, my game literally...
1.
Okay. I love Blizzard, my small indie company. Okay. So I found the diva. As you can see, she's also playing the high ground. So I guess maybe middle wouldn't have been too bad of an option. I can get some shots in the diva. But anyhow, I love playing this angle because it creates so much space for your team. If you're playing down that mid lane, and you're just behind your tank, you know, you're not doing too much. Your tank is full health. The game just started. And, you know, if you can get some shots off at people on that high ground, they're most likely not going to connect. That's a very far distance. Those are very hard shots to hit. So, instead, why not come around here, as you see I'm doing right now. Come around here and essentially just force the team, or force your enemy team, completely off of this angle. Now, even though the only person I can see right now is Diana, a lot of times, especially if we're playing a brawl comp, there'll be a Rhine or a Ram, or there'll be somebody here, especially the tank will be here. But even though nobody's here, I'm able to get some shots off on the Ana, which instantly makes the Ana's life scarier. One shot to the head by a kunai, and your nade is essentially forced. So she knows that she has to back off. So just the pressure of me being here. Also, if the diva does try to come down and contest the space, she's going to have a much harder time doing it. She can choose to either DM me on this off angle or DM my Sigma, and either of us can do a lot of damage. So just being here on this sight line is really nice, and it's also very safe. I mean, you have this wall, you have this wall, you have a Mega behind you, so you're essentially undiveable. Your only threat is if they're playing a Genji, a Torb, a Mei, a Hanzo, something that can like just essentially one-tap you, take away your entire health bar very quickly. But even so, you still have 120 damage kunais, and you know, you can put the pressure right back on them. So that was the first decision I made this game. That was a long explanation on just the first decision, but I want to make sure I'm very thorough about these. And to me, that decision is very straightforward. It's a decision that I've made coming into the game. A lot of these decisions that happen during game are split second, you know, they're spur of the moment, right? What can you do? What can you think of right then and there as the game is progressing? This is one that this is one I prep before game. I do the same on circuit. On circuit, you also have the option of going middle, left, or right, and I usually choose that left side and wrap around and take that early high ground. And essentially, I'm doing the same thing that I'm doing on this angle. So that's our turn to defend. And now, here's where the minute Kitsune comes in, right? There's a lot of scary stuff happening. In this, I've watched this back a couple times already because, you know, I wanted to see how quickly I charged my Kitsune. So I think I'm just gonna let this entire fight, I'm gonna let this entire fight play out, and then I'll talk about it afterwards. So I'll just shut up for a second, and we can watch this all.
1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Soothing your wounds. Carried on the wind.
30 seconds remaining.
right, and like that, we are able to win the very, very close game. But let's go back and talk about it. A lot of decisions I made there. Let's talk about it.
Battle.
First off, first decision I make. Don't tell me it's gonna keep playing. Okay. The first decision I make, where to play. So I talked about a lot of where I like to start. You know, here, down main, here. Why does my diva disappear again? My diva's here. I swear to you, she is. I just choose to play with my diva. Once again, not looking to try to create any opportunities. We're on defense in overtime. Any risk really doesn't have the balancing reward on the other end of it. So, playing safe, really, is just my decision here.
Attackers incoming.
Now, I do hear the sim TP. You can see me look at it. That does kind of force me back because I'm very scared of their entire team TPing up here, falling down, and look what they see. They see a vulnerable little Kiri with her eyes half closed for some reason to just kill. So I respect the sim TP. I back up to this wall. And now I play my favorite wall. And I'm just playing here. Other decisions, don't need to worry about my pharmacy and nowhere else to go. So I think that's a great decision. Playing high ground is inting because it just TP'd up there. Playing here is inting because the DP booster's onto me. Playing this is just too passive because I can't see their team. So I play my favorite wall. I love this place. On Rialto, it's one of my favorite places to play. And it's just really well. It's just really good. Using my diva to make sure she doesn't die. Once again, I could TP up here. There's just no point. I really like... I just love this wall. Like, I don't know what else to say, man. There's no point in TPing up here. It just puts me in more danger of the diva. I can see everything I need to here. I can see my entire team. As soon as the cart comes around the corner, I can see their team and get some shots off. Just no point me leaving right now. Besides, there is, because now that they are turning the corner, this becomes very scary. It becomes a very scary corner. So, what's so good about this corner? Well, look. They push up. Well, look where I can go. All right, now I can play this wall. So you notice, defense, attack, I'm still playing the same covers. You know, on attack, I pushed up from here, played here a little bit, you know, played here, and then played here. On defense, I'm just doing the same thing, but looking the other way. You know, I'm playing here, back up, I can play this cover, and then back up to eventually this cover as well. So it's kind of interesting to look at that. But you essentially play the same covers, just looking a different way. Any other decisions would just be TPing into their team, be inting. So backing up, respecting their hit scan, respecting their dive. A big thing, I haven't actually talked about that. I haven't talked about it at all. I talked about it a little bit, but the spacing with the diva and knowing that distance between how far she can with boosters is very big. And as you can see, this rotate backwards is a product of me respecting that. If I play here, I'm within booster distance, which is killing distance essentially. So I respect that, and I back up to here. I'm sure that if you watch back the video, there's a lot of times where I'm very heavily respecting the diva boosters. This is just another one of those times. But now I'm starting to not like this angle. I can only see the diva. Sure, I can still see my team, but not too active. So I start making this rotate over to this mini. This is just... It's one, kind of passive, and two, if their hit scans peek me, I'm in a lot of danger. So I essentially play this wall tighter, still able to see my team, and if they try to turn this corner, now I'm in a much better position to get some damage while staying safe. Because if they turn this corner and I'm still here, my team is backed up all the way to there, and I'm just free real estate. So, kind of seeing the future. I know they'll get to that corner soon, so I need to rotate off of that position and rotate over to this mini.
30 seconds.
Of course, using cover as I do, especially as this soldier is beaming down on me. Once again, decision here, either stay here and play this cover or TP to my team. Once again, don't like TPing to my team. It's just TPing closer, which can lead in a lot of deaths. So I'm just kind of playing alone, you know, solo wolf, solo fox, I should say. Back here, waiting for my team to deal with the soldier, which my pharmacy finally does. and I'm able to keep playing my cover here, and I can finish my rotate to my mini. So now that I'm here, I'm in a great position to see my team. And I'm able to wide swing this a little bit because I know that, I know that their hit scans haven't made it out this far quite yet. So this is pretty risky in like 10 seconds from now, but it's okay for the moment because I know they haven't turned that corner yet. And of course I do hear the sim above me, and I'm weary of, what if she drops, but it's not my job to wall climb this and force her off the angle, especially not with the Pharmacy Genji. My job right now is to keep my diva alive. So that's what I do. I Suzu her. The sim does fall. Probably should try to take the mini from her. Would have made the kill a lot easier, but the sim probably does not know I'm there, and she falls right into the path of my kunai and just dies for it. So 4v5, but my entire team is low. Stable, regroup, and repush. We cannot go again simply because we don't have the health bars. They can easily find a trade and snowball that into even a couple of picks and just easily cap this point and lose and win. This could have so easily been a loss. Thankfully, my team also has that same wariness and also backed up. My Pharah is playing safe. My Genji's backing up. My Diva is backing up as well. Me and my Mercy, even though we're on a flank, we're playing our cover very tight. And now we're stabilizing. My Mercy's killing me, but nobody's killing the rest of my team. So it's still a bit scary. And TPing back is something I definitely could have done. I double TP. But seeing my entire team crits and knowing the Diva is right there, I really didn't want to risk TPing into there and all of us falling over for it. So I bide my time a little bit. I know I'm on a flank with my Mercy, so I try to see if I can find something. I have 120 damage kunai, which gets even more increased by this blue beam attached to me. I'm on a good flank. Let me see if I can make something out of it instead of instantly TPing back to my team. Not able to because I just have to keep my Diva alive, unfortunately. But I see the Diva go into my team. I see the soldier start to push me off this angle. Now it's really scary. My Mercy leaves me for my team. My only option is a Suzu Bomb. Literally, my only option is to TP and instantly hit E. Backing up, the soldier probably kills me and my team dies. So literally the only thing I can do is TP, hope I live long enough to hit E, and it's a 5-man Suzu. That Watcher does my ult bar. 75%.
Over.
93. So overtime just now triggered. And if you notice, the timers before each, the timers, we both had a minute going into overtime. And of course, there's that first like 5 seconds of the round where nothing's really happening. Let's count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kitsune. So essentially, really a 60-second ultimate, which is so quick, so crazy. They're able to charge it that quickly. And it really just turns to favor the fight. It's still a 5v4. Their sim is just now TPing back to try to help the fight. This Kitsune, we should, and their Mercy just died. So now we can Kitsune cart, just run over them and secure the win. I kind of just run them down at cart, not too much caring about my life. I know any pressure I can try and put on cart is much more valuable than me trying to play back and live. Diva tries to int at me, I Suzu and live, and yeah. That's the VOD. I really hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'm sure not a lot of you made it to the end of the video since it was much longer than I anticipated. But if you did make it to the end, thank you so much for watching it, and tell me what you think about this type versus what I did in the other type. So, the other type, it was just me talking over the gameplay, not really going back in a replay viewer and really like dissecting it. So it was a much shorter video. But this is much more dissecting what I was thinking, the decisions I could make, my different ultimates and stuff like that. So tell me what you think in the comments of, the different styles of videos. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, please hit that like button, drop a subscription if you want to, and I will see you guys next time.